You want to talk a little bit about the markets? I know Bitcoin just hit 85 again, so that's
I mean, I don't know.
not too bad.
Yeah, I don't know what there is to talk about. I mean, it's kind of just I I don't really have a conviction that's outweighing one or the other in terms of direction, or maybe I'm just hoping for a little more downward action to allocate. I mean, to accumulate some more. Um, but yeah, getting a nice pump today. Obviously, stock market, is rebounded as well. So we have new monthly candle. So that's one thing I've been paying attention to in terms of the pullback, because from a charting perspective, the last move we had back in February of 24, after we pushed, we went sideways for a while and kept testing the 10 period moving average and went through it a few times, but every month closed above it. So and then rallied, which gave us our last rally when we went up October, November, into December. And then now, same thing, monthly chart. We tested the 10 period in February, poked through it in March, but closed above it. And then so far in April, we're above it and green. I wouldn't be surprised if we poke through it again. I'm kind of hoping we do. I'm kind of almost betting on it in terms of buying more. So if that's the case, we would revisit the 70s again, whether it's just 77 or maybe given that scare and spiking down to 72, which is what I'm really looking for. But as long as we close the month of April above, I mean, right now that moving average is up to 80K. So that's probably the number. But yeah, I feel like that's just been a very good gauge for overbought, oversold, and like bullish, bearish. So like anytime you're maintaining above the 10 period moving average, you're generally still overall bullish price action. So that is my technical view. So everything on the monthly still looks pretty solid from a technical aspect, and I guess I'm just particularly being greedy, hoping I can buy more in the 70s. I did dollar cost average into a little the other day at 84, so it's nice to see that that's up. Although I threw it into a liquidity pool, so it's slowly being sold as we go up. But that's my just technical view of Bitcoin right now.
Yeah, I obviously have a much less technical view of things. I tend to just, look at the long term and fundamentals of everything. Obviously, I think there's a lot of things happening in the global, economic arena that is really what's driving the price action. Um, and that's been my opinion throughout all this, is that I think it's just driven by kind of the macro events that are happening. So I think a lot of this tariff stuff is going to be short lived, in my opinion. Um, that's just my opinion though. But I think it'll be short lived, and we'll see kind of a V shaped recovery out of this correction. Because what I think is happening is just obviously like ripping the band-aid off now, and that's what the administration is doing. And then from here, just easing up on the tariffs and opening up trade, and just making sure that you know the American economy is secure and growing, I think is what the administration is trying to do. And I think it's like a pendulum, and it's going to overcorrect, and then it's going to come back somewhere more towards a kind of baseline. Um, so in the meantime, obviously, there's just a ton of volatility. Whether you're in stocks or crypto, it's all just super volatile. So what I'm doing is just kind of holding on, obviously, and just slowly dollar cost averaging, as I think has proven to be a good strategy. No matter what market you're in, it just always seems to work. Um, so yeah, that's all I'm doing. I've been dollar cost averaging into a few things.